Hey everyone, Adwin's here again with another Magia Record video. Today, we're talking about the Nanoha collab event. Originally a promotion for the Detonation movie earlier this year, this event was adapted and pushed up for NA, probably because a promotion for Detonation won't be relevant in 2 years. Anyway, let's get to talking the units. Hayate is our freebie and... oh boy. For defense type, her stats are pretty bad. This tells you exactly how trustworthy these typings really are. Her Connect buffs attack and has 60% to bind, which is pretty alright all things considered. Keep in mind for PvP though, that the AI might return the favor with a blast combo if bind connects. Her Magia decreases the enemy's defense, which is underwhelming. The damage mods are fairly good for a 4-star capped unit, but her low attack kinda neutralizes this benefit. Just like many freebies before her, stats are her main weakness, enough so that she's hardly a consideration for even PvE unless you just need to fill slots. My main issue with her kit is that it's spread too thin. Why is she a defense type when she has garbage defense? And her Connect isn't really defensive either. Well, actually, Bind is a defensive element. Her disc spread and personal memoria suggest using her Magia often, but the Magia sucks. Despite all this, she's my favorite of the 3 units because, well, she's the cutest of the 3. I should mention I haven't seen any Nanoha, so take that as you will. Next on the list is the protagonist herself, Nanoha, a balanced unit with great distribution, actually being higher than Tart. She's left-handed. However, like Kazumi and Liz before, the difference between Tart and Nanoha is pretty minimal, and their damage output is differentiated more so by their discs and element. Speaking of, her spread is 2A-2B, still arguably less damage output than 2B-2C, but I'll get to that later. Her Connect buffs attack by 40% and reduces damage by, quote, 100%. Check out my Sana video on exactly what this means, but it doesn't reduce damage to 0. Despite this, it's an alright combination of effects. Her Magia increases her Axel MP for 3 turns, which is exactly why I think 2 Axel discs is better for her damage than 2 charge would be, as it ramps MP faster after the first Magia. In short, her kit lends her to deal damage in a variety of ways and protect allies with her Connect. If nothing else, she gets mega points for a well-balanced kit, similar to Kazumi, Liz, and Tart. I guess you can say she's worse than them because they lean way more into offense, and that Nanoha is weak to water, but like, come on, she's left-handed. Lastly for today is Fate T. Harlaun. Why they use her middle initial? I don't know. One thing you'll notice immediately is that she has base 10,000 attack at 5 stars. That's a lot. Like, literally the highest in the game, even in JP. Even considering her below average bulk, she still outclasses the stats of other glass cannons. That said, this is still low enough that she suffers the same weakness of other glass cannons. Anyway, her Connect is pretty great, with damage up and crit 60%. One of these days I'll explain the difference between damage and attack up. She also helps ignore evade, which I think is more for flavor, but it's good to keep PvP evade memes in check. Her Magia also packs a punch, dealing double damage to darks and buffs her blast discs for 3 turns. As icing on the cake, she'll evade any attack next turn. Sounding familiar? This kit is very flavorful and I love it. She strikes fast and hard, and her enemies don't know what hit them. Despite not watching the series at all, I understood her character and powers from gameplay mechanics alone. Now that's a flavor win. Even though she isn't a blast gorilla, her damage output is insane, and the 2 charge discs will actually help the whole team's total damage. She's an obvious contender for one of the best light units in the game, and you should definitely use her everywhere if you happen to get her. Surprisingly though, she isn't the unit people complain about. Despite being an auto-include on most teams, she didn't seem to overtake the PvP meta when she premiered. But what do I know? I don't try hard in mirrors, and that's probably just me being a hoarder. Gems are precious, alright? If you want to get her, and you're not planning on getting anyone else, Monokami, Cool Homura, Nagisa, Holy Lena, Holy Mami, every Swimfy character, Arc 1 finale unit, Sakura, you are completely justified in your decision. Just be mindful of your money. Oh, I should mention in the far future, we get Spirit Enhancement, which is basically a skill tree. Everyone who gets it becomes nuts. Or so I'm told. I haven't gotten around to it myself because I can't choose whom to focus on. So while Fate has the highest base attack in the game, she'll be overtaken by units who can be enhanced. and Fate is not likely to be enhanced unless they rerun in this event, which is pretty unlikely. Anyway, I hate map events and the story is actually pretty bad, even after they go beyond the tournament arc. But it's still a fun read at first, and the art and animations are fantastic. I encourage you to look them up on YouTube to at least experience them. Next week will be simpler with just one new unit, so I'll see you then.